Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to WSTX AM 970. You're listening to Reflections with Doug Canton and Gerard Evelyn. The number to call is 340-773-0339. What? I'm forgetting the number now? Anybody know the number? 773-03. 97? Will it be? That's what it is? 0497? 0490? I can't remember. Oh boy. I'm losing it this morning. Yeah, but anyway, it's another Thursday. It's another Thursday. It's another Thursday. It's another Thursday. Somebody got paid today. But you know what? I know somebody get paid yesterday. You know? But somebody get paid today. Don't spend it all in one place. Do not spend it all in one place at all. So I want to say good morning to St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. John, Christianstead, Mid Island, Frederickstead. Good morning around the entire United States, especially South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, New York. So May 7th, we will be here. Okay? They will be here. And we will be here. I'm always here. But guess what? Next week, Thursday, as a programming note, it is the day that I came into this world. So guess what? I gotta leave dog flying by himself because I don't work on my body. Right, doggy?
This ain't work, brother man. Good morning to everyone.
This is work.
Let him know that you are there listening, and this is not work. This is labors of love, not work.
Labor is still work. You know, I say labor. That's work. So the numbers of God is 340-773-0390 or 773-0490. I get sidetracked there for a while this morning, calling out the numbers. You know, What when you get into my age and you have so much numbers in your head to remember, sometimes you gotta mix them up, or no?
Yeah, well, remembering numbers keeps you healthy, keeps you young. You know, like Darby didn't want to get rid of his smartest phone at the time to get one of these stupid phone that they got today, as he would call it, because he wanted to make sure that his brain stay as sharp as possible so he could remember all the numbers. Okay, and the thing of it is, now that he got the stupid phone, you, you can't pry it out of his hands at all. Over his dead body, you're gonna take that out of his hand. All right.
She said, here it says sound is back, but it got static.
Okay, well, we'll deal with the static as we go. Anyhow, the important thing here is we're back. Once again, the blind leading the blind. Some would say the blind leading the blinder, and some people would say the blind leading the blinders.
Blind leading the blind, the blind and the
All
blindest.
right.
I know, man.
Good thing.
Yeah,
thing.
talk about that, you know.
Yeah, well. Anyhow, we got things going on in our community. Folks out there and still don't get the message of, put down the guns. And so I guess
Better song now. I don't know we did, but
nothing. So the Jumbi in the system. Doc, yeah, Jumbi Jamboree. All right, okay. Well, folks, forgive me with the bad hair day, looking like if I get a full moon come out a place that dog gonna transform or something this morning, but oh yeah. You used to have werewolf talk in your house back in the days?
what kind of talk?
Werewolf.
No, sir.
Oh, okay. Well,
Nothing going in the house.
Okay, no, I'm just saying, TV and whatever.
But
the werewolf.
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you know, it was there, but
yeah, like that.
my mother was like, yeah, they'll be watching them foolishness. Hey, I grew up our senior mother from Dominica, so she wasn't.
Okay.
And if you play, man, and go watch one of them horror movie and go and get nightmares, she can say, who sent you?
All right. Just as a thing to anybody out there ever heard of Frago? Okay. Just while we at it. Okay.
Fuego?
Frago. Fraigo. Frago.
And I'm
Okay,
Frago.
No, we're talking about
Frago.
drink. We weren't talking about drink. We're talking about werewolf and those kind of things, just like you got goat-foot woman and so forth.
Yeah,
and
well,
so
you know, you grow up hearing about goat-foot woman and green man and all that stupid.
But what I'm telling you is that Frago is something that I heard, and the reason why I'm asking is because maybe someone from their younger days would remember that. That's all. There are a lot of things out there that are sub-community, in a area you go to, they have those kind of talk. It's just like when you talk about the Dragon Hole. Okay, the Dragon Hole, when you go down to La Valley and you pass what used to be the store, heading down towards Sylvie's and make the right, like you're going down toward the sea. When you get down to that corner, it had a hole in the rocks that the water used to, through the pressure, used to come flying through that hole and go up in the air, and it used to make a roaring sound.
Oh, yeah?
And it was referred to as Dragon Hole. I believe that rock formation has otherwise fallen in or been closed off. It's not there like that anymore.
Yeah, ain't there like that no more.
Yeah, but I remember, take you down to Dragon Hole. No, don't do that. Anyhow, those were the days. Now, on a more solemn note, okay, I see these things here moving like something else in the system. So anyhow, engineer, I have a question for you here. Anyhow, within the last week, as I understand it, we lost Dr. Richard Schroeder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So there's some things, some conversations that I've had the opportunity to have with him, and it's like when I was in Washington D.C. visiting at one time, I was invited to a function at what is a church, but it wasn't a church function per se. And I went to that function, and I met the people who were there, the guests who were there after they had done their presentation. And the guests were Ossie Davis and Ruby D. And Ossie Davis told a story. He's a masterful storyteller. God rest his soul. Okay, masterful. And it was about Haiti and the mosquitoes and the French, and how the mosquitoes were used as a weapon against them and everything else. And it was very, very interesting. The last thing I expected when I accepted that invitation and went there was to meet these two, as far as I'm concerned, celebrities from the acting stage and so forth and so on. Yeah, so in that same context, having known Mr. Schroeder, Dr. Schroeder, Richard Schroeder, however you want to address him, with all due respect, those conversations were gifts. They were treasures. And in some cases, we had the opportunity to record him, and we'll be playing, not today, some of his recordings in tribute to him, and also as a service to the community, because that's what I believe it is. All right, so yeah, Dr. Richard Schroeder. And you see him, they had the little show on Channel 2 where he's there reading some of his poetry. For many of you, got somebody on line one coming in here in a minute. Probably our fellow from Florida, maybe, you never know. But anyhow, I had something about Dr. Schroeder I was going to say, but it slipped my mind. I'll come back from. Good morning, WSTX.
Yes, good morning, Holy Thursday morning to the brethren and sistren. How was everything?
Oh, it could always be better, but I am so thankful we have the opportunity to be here and experience everything.
That's true. That's true. You know, there's always good, better, best, and bestest. So we want to thank him, you know?
That's right. Better than worse and worst.
You're right. I would like to join with those that wish Dr. Some people say Schrader, some say Schrader. I don't know what is the right pronunciation. But may his soul rest in eternal peace. I don't think he'll miss anything from this cruel world. You got to get him crueler, you know. Particularly when you have one man that feels he's now Jesus, and he looked like he's waking up somebody from the dead. Look like Epstein's head, he got his hand on to wake him up. I don't know for what. But let you go on with the blasphemous foolishness, you see. I already told everyone that would listen what I was told by a 92-year-old frail white woman that know Donald before he was born. That she have spoken to him, she tried to get him to stop this bombastic foolishness. He wouldn't stop, and all she did was bless him, because she said that the good Lord told her that Donald plane ain't gonna drop from the sky. People firing shot and he pitching a pack of ketchup in the air to say they miss him and this kind of foolishness. It ain't gonna be that. They're gonna die on a bed of affliction. I don't know if you've ever seen anyone die on a bed of affliction. It's a cruel death. I had a niece, let me tell you. I would cry every time she called my mom and I'm there. My mom is an avid preacher. She preached it. And the thing is, whatever painkillers they was giving her, they would double it, triple it, but it was not touching the pain because the cancer was in the bones. I don't know if you have seen our friend Elmo D. Roebuck when he contacted bone cancer. He was down to a stick, and the biggest part of him was his head. It got bigger, on top of a little neck. You talk about pain? I wouldn't wish it on a pup, never mind a cat. So, yes, we all have a lot to be thankful for. God wake us up in good health and strength in our rightful minds. Even though someone is like, I think me getting up, I get up myself. Well, he have what you lying down there, he put you down. You still got nonsense.
Well, I gonna tell you, okay. I've been to the hospital. I've had to be seen by a doctor. I've had to have surgery where you go to sleep and thank God you wake up in your right mind too. And I ain't never see a doctor dressed like that.
Oh.
I ain't never see a doctor dressed like that. I gonna have to go and check the runway and see what the doctor style them is these days. Okay?
Yeah, because the last time I had my surgery, when they put me on and I wake up, I could still see then the young lady that woke me up was an Asian chick. I thought I was in heaven.
Well, that would have been the best place to be. But it's funny you would say that because I had a minor stomach surgery about 3 weeks to a month ago. And when I came back to this side, all I know, the technician and the doctor there asking me, who were you fighting? Why were you so aggressive? What was wrong? I said, I don't know. Maybe I want to know if I was dead and trying to get back to life. And you're telling me. You put me on there for all this time. Down in the pit of my God, so you're checking this and you're picking off piece to see if it this, if it that. I'm glad to come back, man. But, seriously, it's nothing to laugh about. I mean, I was... 3 times I was pronounced dead by doctors. The last one was they thought that I had a heart attack because the E waves and the EKG was inverted. They were going under the line instead of above the line. That could be a major heart attack. It could mimic a heart attack.
Oh, so they ban you from being hooked up to these machines.
Damn, I got 1 million of them. Anyway, had me wired down. So what they found really was that I had pericarditis, which is inflammation of the pericardium muscle around the heart. They say it was very tired, the heart muscle. It was as if I was doing the work of 3 men on an overtime basis. Sometimes some of us want to acquire a lot in life. So we work, 18 and 15 hour days is normal days to me. Now I cut it down to 12 and 10. Because let me tell you, you're scrabbling, going for the fame, fortune, money. Your body, body say, hey man, hey, where you dragging me going with me? And that's exactly what it told me. My mind was dragging my body. My body was at a standstill and my mind was dragging it.
Well, you
I
good.
got a strong will.
You good. I give you
So
6.
that's a warning to all of us. We just got to check. Well, a lot of people, I got a little headache, man, but there ain't nothing. Well, check it and see what it is. You don't know.
Mr. Nibs,
Yeah.
you're a good man. I only give you 6 hours.
You only gave me 6?
Yeah, 6 hours. I ain't doing no 12 and 13 and then foolishness number. 6 hours and I done.
Okay. But when you say you gave me 6, I run to my mind and I go in now. I took my mom to the hospital many years ago. She was 95 years then. She had taken a fall, break her hip. And doctor said, an old person broke the hip, they're going dead. So this fellow Baku, a young fellow from Louisiana, black boy, he was a bone surgeon or whatever they call that type of therapy and fixing. And he'd look at me, look at my mother, he'd say, Miss Nebbs, I'm going to give you 6 months to live. She looked at him, she looked at me. She said, he ain't God. I was 95, he gave us 7 months, she lived to be 100.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to continue to listen.
Yeah, I had an experience like that a few years back when I first got diagnosed with diabetes. The doctor that gave me that found out I had diabetes, he gave me 6 months to live.
Oh yeah.
This was back in 1997.
He had a calculator.
So I went and I got a second opinion, and the other doctor told me, he said, well, you fine. All you need to do is get this stuff under control. So I asked him the question. He said, no,
right.
you just need to bring this stuff under control. We could do this, blah, blah, blah. And he gave me a consult, right? More than what the other doctor did. So I turned and I said, so I don't have 6 months to live? He said, no, who told you that? So I told him the doctor. He said, you ain't got no expiration date to the bottom of your foot. He said, what the hell he think he is, God?
You know what I mean? Well, listen, if you got 2 more seconds, let me just say this. Dr. Roy Lester Schneider, not only a friend from Savannah, but he was my doctor. I worked like hell to get him elected. He became governor. And we remained friends. And one time I went to him, I wasn't feeling good at all. I went to him, I had a tantalona medication in my hand. Now, I don't think it was Roy he wasn't being what you call prejudiced. But his father is a white German man. I met his father since I was. And he started going through the medication, and I see him flinging some of them in the garbage. I said, well, that's my medication. I pay for them. They pay for them. He said, that's white people medicine.
Oh, Jesus.
So he was correct. He said, we blacks are made of a different piece of cloth, and we can't use the same thing they use.
Right.
Now, which other doctor will tell you that?
Right.
And then he also told me, and I'm going now, that, I used to drink Johnny Walker Black and Johnny Walker Red. So let me tell you something. The sugar thing going up because of the molasses and the dark liquor, monkey rum and them things. He said, drink it, you must drink. He tell me to drink. He said, it, you must drink. Drink clear liquor. Like gin. I said, I can't drink gin. Just to look at the face and a gin bottle, I get a headache.
Oh, shit.
He said, go drink vodka. I said, yes. And I drink vodka. And that helped to correct, the situation with sugar along with eating properly. But that's my lesson for the day, playing doctor.
Well, before you go,
okay.
Before you go, I was laughing when you said he would change with your medication. Because when I told the doctor that the man gave me 6 months to live, he asked me if he gave me any medication. I said yes, and I'll show him what he gave me. He looked at it, he read it, and he take it and he toss it in the trash. And he say, wait, listen. He said, if you continue, wait, he said, if you continue taking this, you will be dead in 6 months.
Oh God! Imagine that, eh? and that's about 60 years ago.
This was back in '97.
Okay. Well, don't go to place.
And I still here.
Stay here till 3097. Don't go away. Okay. I got it.
All right.
Right.
All right. Yeah. All right. In fact, I called a name the Criminatus. Crimi.
Yeah, creamy. Well, for those of you listening, the time in our studios now is 8:37 a.m. You know, we're in the bottom of the hour. Well, past the bottom of the hour. But it's 8:37 a.m. in our studios this morning. The number to call is 340-773-0390 or 773-0490.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, little after action report here.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who were not at the literary festival and book fair, or did not catch it on the stream, you can still review the stream. And boy, it was a whirlwind of events.
Mm-hmm.
The Thursday, those authors that were visiting, especially I mentioned those the authors that are here. You have access to the schools all the time, also. But the bottom line is they were out and about, both of them, visiting schools and interacting with the students. I mean, they came in ready to roll, and I wanna. Say that the folks that provided transportation between the government and the budget rent-a-car, they did a excellent service in making sure that we were able to get these people back and forth, whether it's to hotel or to the well, from the hotel to the hotel / to their particular assignments. So we had our own limousine, so to speak, to ferry these people around, and it went very, very, very well. And that's just the first day, Thursday, that we're talking about. But that the transportation thing went smoothly throughout. So they have all of these different sponsors that we have to give thanks to, property and procurement on the transportation, budget rent-a-car on the transportation. Yeah, it's very much appreciated. And then, of course, that night they were at Government House for a reception. And it was a wonderful affair. The hors d'oeuvres that they had catered were not just hors d'oeuvres, they were ornamental. I mean, it had just looked nice, Jared, okay? Even you would have seen it. It just looked that good, okay? Anyhow.
You funny,
I got to be. Life full of serious things. I got to take my humor where I find it, right?
Yeah.
So, so I didn't stay till the end. I was there enough to see the ceremony and everything, where they talked about Mr. Roca and Elisa. But if you want to know more about what I'm talking about, you can always go to the website usvilitfest.com, and you can also go to their Facebook page if you're on Facebook. Okay. So, having been running as one of the volunteers with this organization, this whole event, the next morning was to be at UVI, right? So, you know, me and my due diligence and discipline and everything went up there the previous Thursday to UVI and make sure everything was set up. Life is so interesting sometimes because I hustled down there to be early to set up everything Friday morning, and apparently a left hand wasn't talking to a right hand. And everything I set up was moved and changed and whatever. Hey, no problem. We just, you know, roll with the flow and you know, adjusted accordingly, and it went great. So, those of you who have access to YouTube, you can go to YouTube and do a search for USVI, no periods, USVI space Litfest, LITFEST space 2026, and you should be able to see whatever videos that we had streamed there. Now, streaming is a raw process. You get what you get, and those videos are being edited in terms of making them more informative to anyone who has the opportunity to look at them. All right, so that was Friday. So now Friday was an all-day thing for me, and Friday evening they went down to Frederickstead to the Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts, and they did their thing, but that wasn't for me because I was tired. I was tired. So next morning, bright and early, here I am there, okay, to set up and everything else, and things went a lot smoother. Kind of dragging a little bit because the fatigue was kicking, but hey, the food was everything I said it was and more. Okay, folks, it was good. And the even better thing about it is that it wasn't a situation where the food come and the hold come and the food done. You know what I'm saying? It had more than enough food. And let me just say this, right? The literary festival is something that you can sign up through what's the program again? Eventbrite and those different things. And when you sign up, let's say if you pay for $40, when you came to that breakfast, you had a guest, they got breakfast too. Okay? So I don't know where you're going to get a good old-fashioned Crucian breakfast like that with all them things that they had there to eat. I don't know where you're going to get that and ain't pay $20. Okay? It was great. Okay? It was great. So we made it through, and then that evening we had the ekphrastic poetry event. Okay, and folks, ekphrastic is not related to castor oil, so don't be frightened by the name. Okay, and I'll tell you a little bit about that, but we got somebody here on the line. Let's see. Good morning, WSTX.
Hey, Dougie, I heard you said you have food knocking dog. You could send a plate for me?
No, man, it wasn't knocking the dog. Even the dog them were eating.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now we were taking.
You know,
don't get us in no trouble with the animal lovers, okay?
but you know, in our colloquial saying, what would knocking dog mean? How you mean it knocking dog?
I know. We have our humor going here. I know what you mean. Yeah.
And then you have, like you say, your belly touching your back. I mean, it's empty. You have your food. But look, the best one, and I'm going. The doctor told a guy that went and the guy was malnourished and feeling sick and what's not. The doctor told him he is too far from the kitchen. So the man broke down the kitchen he had in the yard and he put it in the bedroom. He's looking malnourished. He's looking malnourished. Doctor asked, well, what happened? He said, Doctor, you're too far from the kitchen, so I put the kitchen in the bedroom. He said, Mom, you need to go eat.
Mr. Nibs,
Anyway, yeah,
hey, you talk about knocking dog. You ever hear they
Yeah.
say it raining cats and dogs?
yeah.
I never see cat and dog come out. I never see them come out of the sky yet.
Would you like to see that? The cat and dog coming out of the sky?
Not really.
But you got to remember this. You got to remember this one, and it was a lady singing, "It's raining men, hallelujah."
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh Lord, I tell you.
You take it easy.
I remember that one.
Next thing I know, Sharknado ain't gonna be science fiction no more. Well, you know, it's funny as we're saying this, but there's some, as I understand it, situations where it rain fish fall from the sky. I don't know if that there was a weather phenomenon similar to a tornado or something, and the fish them raining. Coming down. Could have been.
It could happen because a lot of the water funnels that touch down in the sea could pull up the fish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
water funnels slash tornado. Yeah. Okay.
That's true. But, you know, it was another thing that had happened. It just came to my mind, but it's gone. But let me go to another part of it. During the hurricane in 2005, I was still in St. Thomas at the time, living up on a hill high above Lake Harmony Estate. I could see St. John clearly. I could see the whole of Smith Bay and that type of thing. And when that wind started howling, they said there was a dog, a particular dog, out of Smith Bay. I don't know why they went only pick up one dog, but he was up in the air howling. He get take up in a tornado funnel, I suspect. Are you up there bawling to come back to us? I don't think they ever found him.
Wow. But what you were
But
doing
we got
was...
some strange weather situation now, Dougie. I believe the Virgin Islands, particularly St. Croix, have started seeing it already. The entire Caribbean. You know what? Up to 2 days ago, Cuba was floating in water. Mattresses floating, cars floating, everything floating. I mean, the rain just wasn't stopping. But what they found happened, even though they did some hurricane preparedness, cleaning guts, cleaning sways, cleaning waterways, there was a lot of plastic bags that jam drains. And of course, if water cannot ease off or flow off, it's going to rise.
Mm-hmm.
So the water was up to the people's roof, they jumping on the rooftop and all kind of things. So I could only tell us in the Virgin Islands, we better be careful. I know years ago, some of the guts, we used to put a D3, one of the smallest dozers, and some front end loaders and backhoe in some of the guts. I don't think they're doing that now. I inquire about this, and they say, we don't do that no more. Everything we don't do that no more. I mean, I don't do it no more, and the weather getting worse. So I don't know. I could only hope and pray they take heed of what's happening in other places, because they got the West saying too, them things don't happen here. Okay, well, let's continue to pray it don't happen here, but be careful.
I've been told that by a specific ADA coordinator.
Yeah?
Yeah. That don't happen here.
Let it go and play possum. They'll understand. That's all I could tell them. I will continue to listen.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So, anyhow, the breakfast helped carry me through the day. But again, it was very, very, how shall I say, taxing for the things that I was doing. But I managed to make it to the ekphrastic poetry event. And it was great. It was well attended. And at times like standing room only, well attended. And to watch these folks move around and check out the art that was on the wall, and then they had their little what do you call it, tablet or clipboard and paper, and they're writing, and then to come back and give these poems, it was excellent experience. Excellent experience. And of course, if you follow the folks on Facebook, you'll see a lot of various pictures and some video clips and everything that's talking about and showing what was taking place there. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it was great. It was great, and that was kind of the highlight in terms of activities, because that's Saturday. Sunday they had the Writers Rogodu online, and also they went down to the Children's Museum where various authors and other folks were down there and continued. But it was a very successful event. Very successful event. Not nobody patting themselves on the back. The
No.
success, I said nobody patting themselves on the back when I say that. The success really was by way of the participation. The participation, because sometimes you have fantastic events and you go there and the place empty. So they apparently did a good enough job of getting the word out, and it was well attended and participated in. Okay, dokerai. So, let's see. So, I want to thank you for the hotspot. The hotspot came in very handy in terms of the streaming, whether it as primary or as backup, in whichever which way, and it was primary most of the time. You know, one of the things about streaming is that you're really at the mercy of the network that you're using. You're really at the mercy. So, folks, if you're watching a stream, it's just like they have this basketball game going on, I guess yesterday or the day before, and just at the end when everything was getting hot, and the game was close, pop! The screen then went blank, black. Well, what can go wrong will go wrong. And apparently they were able to bring it back just in time, the last shot that made the difference and everything else. Something like that. But hey, folks, there are a lot of different places where things can go wrong. When you're doing streaming and you have your equipment, you got whatever could go wrong there. When you're connecting through somebody's Wi-Fi in some place, you got whatever could go wrong there. When you're connecting to the local carrier here, you got whatever can go wrong there. When you're connecting across the cable all the way up to United States of America, anything could happen in between there, and not to mention the actual broadcasting site where whatever could go. So it's a miracle when you see a good live stream and there's no interruptions, no problems. Count your blessings, because there's so many things going right, where there's plenty of room for something to go wrong. Okay? Anyhow, so I hope you had a great, fantastic, outstanding, just plain excellent week yourself, Gerard.
Me? Yeah, so far.
Okay.
So far.
That runabout, walkabout dog, are you under control or?
Nah, she get out again.
Oh my goodness.
And cut her foot.
Look, the animal lovers coming for you.
That's a business. They go take her.
Oh Lord.
I'll swing over the gate at them.
Okay. Well, my sister have a little dog named Breezy. So you might see her now and then out there walking Breezy. You might see me out there now and then walking with them. Okay, 'cause I kind of looking for opportunities to go out and just walk around town and see things that I just take for granted a day the rest of the time. I just drive through town, get out of town, go where you gotta go, come back home, whatever, so forth. But there's things happening around us, folks. You gotta be out there looking out. But let me tell you a joke, right? You have people who growing up here on St. Croix. I don't know how to get around St. Croix.
Mm-hmm.
And these are people who they're in the car with somebody driving and they're in the passenger seat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And the reason why they don't know nothing about St. Croix is because they're in the passenger seat but their head they're down in the phone. So they're not really paying attention to where they're going.
Right.
So when a good party or a good event and this, that, and the other, okay, see them trying to use the GPS to find where they're going.
That don't work.
The thing is, GPS on St. Croix, you will take a reading from a location today and it's accurate. But remember now, just like the streaming, so many things can go wrong. The satellite, the software, whatever. We know that GPS has run people into rivers and to dead ends and everything, all the way telling them that, hey, you could still keep going and then right round the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a situation where somebody was doing that and it took them to the wrong place. Why? Because the place they need to go to was, let's say, a block over, relatively speaking, bush-wise, a block over. But the accuracy of a point that you put down today, depending on how that equipment up there working and the signal flowing or ain't flowing, could actually be off.
Yeah, I know.
Okay?
I know, because when I was up in New York, we was traveling, and the GPS was sending us over the side of a bridge. I was like, what the hell?
Well, I'm going to tell you folks, especially those of you who driving around these young folks, if they're in your passenger seat, as I just tell them, you are my co-pilot. You're supposed to be paying attention. The thing that I miss that can make the difference between an accident or not. That's your job. And I am very, very serious about that. I going down the road there toward passing Container Port, right? And there's this person on the left, and I kind of watch them out the side of my eye, okay? And check them out, young person. And they in a hurry. And next thing I know, they in my lane in front of me and going, and then we pass the Container Port and we reached in the light by the Central High / Diageo.
Yeah.
Okay? And this young man hit the brakes, car got rung in a circle and everything else, right? And over on the right-hand side there to come into our traffic was a police car.
That's why he stopped so hard.
No, because he was moving to go straight through the light.
Yeah.
And he realized, oh, going on, what time it was. And I watched this whole thing, and I got my passenger, you looking, you see this? This is why you got to be paying attention. Because, I'm happy that the way it turned out, they didn't turn into an accident or a rollover. Okay, very easily could have been.
Yeah.
So anyhow, when the light changed now, okay, the police pull out, make a right, and pull over on the side of the road. My boy, when his light changed, went forward and pull over in front of the police car. He know that's why the police.
He know the police waiting for him.
Oh, Lordy me. And it's good that we could laugh about it, okay?
That could have been avoided.
Yes, but now to bring it home to Gallows Bay, we have a 4-way intersection down here. And the amount of people who behaving like they don't know what a 4-way intersection is. You're laughing over there. You're laughing over there.
Because you say they don't know what a 4-way intersection is. They don't even know what a stoplight means.
Yeah, we know about that. But I'm going to tell you, right? Everybody know I'm saying everybody know. Obviously, everybody don't know, right? But just for our conversation, everybody know that at a four-way stop, whoever reach their stop point first, okay, have the right of way to move first. So, see me pull up here, and to my right is a car that was a little bit ahead of me, so I stop at the intersection. That car pulled forward. There was another truck behind that. Okay, so now the car pulled forward and gone. So I proceeded to go. The truck fly into the intersection like if you bad, keep coming.
Well, you should keep going if you're bad.
Okay?
Anyway.
Going down to the boat.
Mm-hmm.
The stupidness of this is that if you get in an accident with me, you definitely ain't making no boat. And if you are involved in the operation of the boat, you definitely will not be there to fulfill your duty. You know, folks, slow down. Arrive alive. Slow down. Leave early if you need to. But please, in addition to all of that, stop putting other people's lives at risk. I mean, your life, you want to be stupid, whatever. It's your life. But when you're out there, you got other people out there too, and you have to respect that fact. Anyhow, it's that time, folks. We got to do something here. Definitely show all due respect and appreciation for our sponsors here at WSTX, a community-minded station. Yep. Good thing.
Pay some bills, keep the mics on, lights on, you know.
All of that good stuff. All right.
All that good stuff. We'll be back after these messages. I thought you didn't hear the clicking over there.
When we're not talking, you'll hear all your favorite songs, including calypso, jazz, love song, gospel, and those country legends, giving you more music variety. This is AM 970 WSTX.
Come to Tire Kingdom, come to Tire Kingdom. When you need tires for your car, come to Tire Kingdom. For your SUV or your trailer, come to Tire Kingdom. We have every brand in every size. Come to Tire Kingdom. Lowest prices in the Virgin Isles. Come to Tire Kingdom. At Tire Kingdom, we have the largest selection. Number one on the island, that is Tire Kingdom. We have custom rims in every style. Out at Tire Kingdom. The best service that will make you smile. Out at Tire Kingdom. Any tire you need, we've got them all. Out at Tire Kingdom. Right at the entrance of Tutu Mall. That is Tire Kingdom. At Tire Kingdom, we're number one. Best prices and largest selection. Call 776-3400. We will be glad to help you. So shop at Tire Kingdom. The best prices. At Tire Kingdom. Largest selection. At Tire Kingdom. We are number one. At Tire Kingdom. Come ride with the winner.
April 17th and 18th, Arch Institute youth leaders will have two fundraisers to help support their sharing and learning excursion to India.
On Friday evening, starting at 6 p.m., it's game night and karaoke. Come on with your entire family. It's a $5 donation fee.
On Saturday, we will have a food sale. Roast pork, chicken, fish, and a vegan menu containing all the usual trimmings. Donation of $18 per plate. We will be looking for you on April 17th and 18th at 22D Estate La Grande Princess in the yard at A+ Signs, straight across from Titan's gas station. See you there.
AM 970 WSTX.
We are back. We didn't even get a chance to go down to the bistro and get a cup of coffee or mocha or whatever it is. So we just hang out here, and then so we are back, and so the numbers to call is 340-773-0390 or 340-773-0490, I think we have a caller calling back.
Yeah, man. Is somebody here with like
I want to know. Wait, that's his third call.
too much caffeine this man, you know what?
I think that's it. That's a $2.99 a minute call, right?
There we go.
That's a $2.99. That's a $2.99.
$2.99 a minute? That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I heard you talking about situations with the co-pilot and the passenger seat, and that co-pilot really could be good to you or bad to you. I tell you, when I first went to Houston, maybe 30 years ago, and I had children there and grandchildren who've been there 40 years ago, they would be my co-pilot. And, of course, I got some guys, and I was telling someone earlier this morning, they would be on an 8-lane highway, and they just run across the... I mean, if you know where you're going, then you should be closer to the... So that's where you're going to exit off, not try to exit off at the last second, but it's a thing, and I did sitting down frightened like hell. But the best co-pilot I had was my my late mother-in-law, God rest her in her grave. Because I would rent a car when I first went there, and she's the co-pilot. But when I got to a stop light, a red light, and I had to stop, and once it turned green, I take it up. She said, no, you don't do that. I said, no, but the light turned green for me. She said, but them what coming don't care what color it is. They coming too.
That's how familiar, Dougie?
Yeah, you beat the light.
Very much.
I don't understand how these people do these things.
What did happen here?
I know.
I had to, listen, it's because of me that we right here now talking to you.
Okay.
We getting on the bypass at the stoplight, and our light was red, and then the light turned green, and I feel when Dougie take his foot off the brake.
Yeah.
I said, Dougie, stop, don't move. He said, what? He said, what? I said, Doug, don't move. And after I tell you that, the second time, the car passed, whoosh! I said, if you had moved, we would have been into that.
Will I get T-bone?
Yes.
Yep.
And it get hit on my side.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
So,
oh, my God.
So I might have probably be critically injured or even died.
You know?
Exactly. Because they ain't coming slow.
No, I tell you, the man's foot was wet with gas. How deep he was in it.
He put one in the gas tank.
Yes. And I listened to the guy come in. I said, but wait, he ain't planned to slow down. And in the gas, he ain't let up at all. He passed under the light the same speed. Whoosh! I said, well, my piece.
Yeah, you got to be cognizant. I could almost sense when a vehicle is coming up upon me. Even if I don't look in the rear view or the side view mirror, I could feel it coming.
You feel it? I hear that bugger coming, you hear? I heard it coming. And I hear...
But let me tell you something. I was in the BVI 2 weeks ago. I was there for some damn thing in the U.S. Virgin Islands. You're going to dig up a road, you dig down to bedrock, and you fling some gravel in it and throw blacktop and it and say you fix a road. Brother man, let me tell you, if you ain't engineering a road to wit, you're putting in drainage and swalls, and that the first rain come, that blacktop won't come off.
Okay, there's a reason why.
Huh?
There's a reason why. There's a reason why. You just need to get with the program. And, and become and take over the company who do the paving. You know what they're doing.
Yeah, because it's called residual income.
Right, but let me take it a step further. Okay, because I don't want to demonize the companies unnecessarily, because some of these companies just tell the government what needs to be done for this to what, and the government goes the cheap route.
Thank you.
Okay, so I don't want to demonize the company.
No, and you're correct.
They could do good work.
I find that to be the same thing in talking to some of the road people them, and they showed me the proposal or whatever it is they sent to the government. The government said that was too high. Cut it down by a 2, 4, 5, 600,000. So you shave it off, you're shaving off safety, you're shaving off everything else. You know? So I don't know. I really had to tell them as it is of a land that I grew up in. My both parents was from there. And to see the things that they're doing. I mean, I don't know. Again, how could you have concrete skyscrapers on both sides of a one-way road that you're using as two-way with parking on both sides? My God.
Like
a bicycle can't get to there.
Like you're describing the body, man. But listen, you know when you build a road, right? And you build the road, you make the road and the road flat.
Right.
Rainfall, where the water how the water supposed to get off the road?
Well, you're correct. I don't know if you ever been to St. Kitts and Antigua. You have like a little concave where the water going to go off to the end and go in a drain.
Yeah, but
can't stay on the road.
Yeah, but ain't back in the day they used to cap the road.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
Make it like almost like a little roof.
That's what you said, concave.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now I've been in certain areas in New York where instead of they did that, they have a metal grid in certain areas of the road where the water will roll down and go into, and then it goes into a gut.
Yeah.
You understand? That is what you call proper planning. But we don't plan for them kind of thing here.
Right.
We plan to keep the paving company employed.
Well, why is that? So that they could pull up our pocket?
Well,
I don't know what to do it.
I beg to differ there. I don't think that is. I don't think that is the government's intention. The government, you know, you could buy a cheap computer and you could buy a computer that gonna last. Okay, just like you could buy a car that you know have a history of having problems, so you could buy and it's cheaper. When I said a history, I'm talking about because it's used. I'm talking about they follow these cars and they come up with the cars with the highest maintenance records and history and all this other stuff, so they could tell people, look, don't buy this car, you're buying problems. So you can make a choice. You can make a choice, and that is too often a problem. When you drive around St. Croix, there are plenty of places that need a swale. Instead, what you see is the dirt being eroded out, and eventually there's going to be an accident, undermining of the road and everything else, which means that we got to go back and fix it. But the bottom line is, you come here on St. Croix, we got a highway. I want a highway, just like in the States, that when WAPA go out, I could see where the center of the road is and the side of the road. But those reflectors and those type of things add cost. And we are not budgeting for that cost. And where we do, because federal funding or federal requirements say you have to do it, we don't budget for the replacement of those things. Car tires running over them all the time.
Why not, Dougie?
Well, there's a lot of different reasons, but I'm going to give you an experience that I see. There's a thing called government-sanctioned potholes. Okay? Government-sanctioned potholes. We going to pave a road, and don't plan for lifting the manhole up so the road gonna stay smooth. It's a government sanctioned pothole now.
So
Okay.
So then the manhole become
The pothole.
a manhole or a pothole.
Pothole because and the thing is the manhole complaining because he ain't getting paid for doing double duty.
Oh my
Okay?
God.
And anyhow, in the States they do it different ways. Like for instance, they pull off all the old stuff to the extent that it's going to get up higher. They replace the manhole with a shim or however they build it up. And
Yeah.
and then they come back and they pave. So everything is done exactly to level. Here, if you're lucky, later on they come back to say they're doing something with the pothole, and even there, you know, the problem is that it's still not smooth, so you're hitting it and you could tell you're hitting it.
Right.
Because they're not doing it with the precision that they're capable of doing it because it's not being demanded or required. Now, I'm saying
Right.
this, folks who are listening.
I'm going in a building on a point.
Right,
But let
okay.
me just say this and go.
Mm-hmm.
You look at situations that has happened in the islands, and one of the things I remember so clearly, and you would testify to this or whatever, when I was executive director of the legislature, and the archivist, one Donald Ducks Cole, a teacher who had become a legislator himself, came to me and wanted me to purchase some things for journal section and for the legal counsel, LexisNexis and different things. You know, there were senators cutting my behind and telling me, don't study dog. We don't need them thing. I mean, we don't need them. We need more than them.
You're going to pay attorney big money to do research and everything, and don't give them the basic tools they need to do research.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's like at WAPA, you're gonna have somebody there. I forget the name of the position, but basically they can craft metal to make parts. And so they send people after school, get a scholarship, go after school, come back, and they have this.
The machine shop.
The machine.
The machine shop.
Right. And they got a machine that is 50 years old, can't do the work. So these.
So let me tell you something quickly about that. There was a young guy from St. Kitts named Virgil Jurgen. I went to Wappa, met him there. He was the only person with a helper in the machine shop. They bring all kind of white man above E. And they had to ask me what the guy was just, I mean, he was born.
Yeah. But Mr. Nibs,
when he retired,
Mr. Nibs,
when he retired, the ball and calling him to come. And we're calling him for you. Wasn't even paying the man a good salary.
Mr. Nibs, you gotta go. Yes, you gone. Okay. But I gonna follow up. The problem isn't the qualifications. You're gonna send a young man to school, and he gonna go to the school where they use state-of-the-art or close to it equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And bring him back to work at WAPA, where basically he sits around and does nothing because he does not have the equipment that WAPA needs to be able to fabricate the things that they need in a timely manner.
Mm-hmm.
So more than likely he's going to bide his time, fill out his obligation to WAPA, and then leave.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is stagnant. A stagnant situation. You're not growing. You're not in the thing you went to school and came back to make your contribution to do. You cannot do it simply because the organization is not committed to providing the tools necessary to do what needs to be done. But in the process, when we need that part that could be fabricated, now we have to source it from away. And the cost is such that it is more than justified to make sure that you have your equipment here on St. Croix ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we're at and trying to dig out from. So when you're trying to understand WAPA's troubles, when you're trying to understand why WAPA is having the problems it has, just know that when somebody tells you that it is a compounded problem, it very well is. But at some point in time, you got to put your foot, your hand, the stick, the cane, you got to put it down and say, we are going to change the culture and change how we proceed. Now, I remember years ago, many years ago, I was much younger in home in my parents' house, WAPA outages and so forth and so on. So I have something to compare to back then. And I want to say that while I was working at WAPA, on the St. Croix side of things, we had some people who ran things, sometimes ran over people running things, in the process of running things, because, you know, you could be good, but you got to treat people and talk to people right, you know? But that aside, okay, there are two names that I could call. One of them, unfortunately, is deceased. And for a long time, St. Croix had a very, very good reputation in terms of outages being a luxury. You know what I'm saying? Something is, oh, we get one. Oh, okay, right. We know he's still alive, right? And that is because there was a planning process that I became privy to, where they were proactively looking in terms of maintenance and stockpiling things that they knew they were going to need, and coming up with mechanisms to ensure that in terms of funding that it was happening. You know, but that was on St. Croix. No, I'm not going to pretend to say what they were doing on St. Thomas. I know what I see, but I ain't going there because, as far as I'm concerned, I St. Thomas done, and the last thing I want to do is find myself throwing any words. Okay, I want them to come out away with it, but the behavior have to change. Now, folks, if a true audit was done over the past 20 years to look at overtime in St. Thomas and overtime in St. Croix, you would see a very disparate set of numbers for all the money that we throw into overtime. You know, you have to wonder, well, why we are where we are today. Well, basically, we're throwing money into salaries. But if you're using techniques and parts that are substandard or not consistent with longevity, and see, this is a problem you have when a system says that you, as an employee, could make 2 times your supervisor's salary, and your union have the most numbers, and don't have no problem with hauling over this senator or that senator or whoever, whatever, and exercising influence in government. Okay? This is all part of what we're dealing with. But anyhow, it's all part of what we got to dig out of. Anyhow, moving right along. It's now 26 minutes after the hour of 9, and we haven't talked about the community calendar. Okay, so let's do a little bit of reflection here on what's going to be going on in the community calendar. Now, I just saw something. There is I'm going to reach out to the community again and say that WSTX is a community-minded station. We do our community calendar, and the more you provide us with information, the more we can pass it on to the community. All right? Okay, because they have the 2nd annual VI History Quiz Bowl, and it was rescheduled. And this is the Caribbean Centers for Boys and Girls announcing this. That's rescheduled. And the fact of the matter is rescheduled to happen. Is scheduled to happen on May 6th. That's 3 weeks from now, basically. And I wanted to have the most community support possible for that. Now, they're framing it as an East versus West competition. And so I'm telling you from now, mark your calendar, because this is done in, I guess they're going to do it at the Frederickstead facility. But wherever they do it, ultimately, you've got to support this thing. Businesses, you got to support Caribbean Centers for Boys and Girls, because when you support them, you're supporting yourself. Plain and simple. You're supporting your own. Plain and simple. You're supporting everybody own. Plain and simple. So just do it. So I was here flipping through, and I saw this, so I grabbed it right away to put it on the things that I have here for the community calendar. The other thing that comes to mind really quick is the Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts has been doing quite a bit of stuff, and if you haven't been down there, just to check out the exhibit that they have down there. On a similar vein, you have the folks here in Christiansted, in particular Cane Roots Art Gallery, and their exhibit was used in the ekphrastic poetry event. Stop in and take a look at what's going on there. But also in terms of the performing arts, in this case, Caribbean Community Theater. Steel Magnolias is coming up. Steel Magnolias, folks, is the next play that you have the opportunity to attend. And I'm going to tell you, mark your calendar, mark it again, put it in your iPhone calendar, your Google calendar, whatever calendar you use, put it in there so you don't forget. I went to the play that went wrong. And everything that could go wrong, the building didn't fall down, thank goodness. Okay, but everything that could go wrong in terms of a play, they did a very good job of showing what could go wrong and figuring out how to ignore it and continue acting as though it's just normal. Okay, it's just one of those things. So I'm going to get you the information on Steel Magnolias in a minute here, but let me look at some of the things that we were talking about before. Like, you've got the VI Model of the Year, the 13th annual VI Model of the Year coming up. Yep. And okay, JG Management hard at work making these kind of things happen. And that's April. That was this the 11th that just passed, and I'm saying this in the context, the special context of, if you have a child that's interested in modeling, and we just talk about Caribbean Community Theater, and they have the Calico Cat Company, they're interested in acting. We're talking about two names that should ring in your head: Caribbean Community Theater and JG Management. All right? We got the talent here. We got the people who are capable. All right? But we've got to support them. All right? Now, the 2026 Coral Reef Classic Tennis Tournament just started yesterday and goes all the way through the 26th at the Beeston Hill Tennis Club. You like tennis? Hey, head on out there and check it out. You never know. Serena might drop through. Check it out. Then coming up on the 24th and 25th, the Friday and the Saturday, you have the Yvonne Ashley Gallagher Breast Cancer Foundation having a breast and prostate cancer conference. Okay? So, whether you are someone battling cancer or a cancer survivor or not, it's something that you should be interested in and attend so you can learn more about these things, because for the grace of the Creator go some man or woman or child in your life. Okay? So it's in our best interest to attend these things and learn more so that we can know how to understand that our body is telling us something, number one, and to respond to it, and how to, when our body ain't telling us something, go to the doctor so the doctor and the special equipment can say, hey, you know what? You got this rumor going around real quiet in your body that this going on, so you need to make a move. Okay? So yes, folks, Breast and Prostate Cancer Conference, Friday, April 24th and Saturday, April 25th. Is going to be at the Albert A. Sheen Campus Great Hall on UVI. All right. Okey-doke. So those were the key things that I had on there, other than Steel Magnolias. I'm coming back to Steel Magnolias in a minute. Okay. I want to mention this scholarship. There's a 2026 scholarship for being given by Ribbons for a Cure, and it is for cancer survivors. And the eligibility requirements, first of all, is that you apply by April 30th. Okay, today's the 16th. You got 2 more weeks. By April 30th. And it's available to USVI residents that are a graduating senior or high school student or currently enrolled in an accredited college or university, vocational, trade, or business school. Must be a cancer survivor or parent or guardian have had or currently have cancer, and you must be maintaining a cumulative GPA of 2.5 or higher. Now, I know some of you, when you heard me talking there, said people that young does have cancer. Hello? Okay? You don't have to be a parent or guardian. Chill. Cancer is something when you see strange things going on. Is a reason for having these regular checkups, so forth and so on. Okay? So, just wanted to share that with you. Yep.
They got no discrimination. They don't discriminate.
No discrimination at all. No discrimination at all. You got to look out for your interests, because cancer is out there and cancer gonna do what it got to do in that context. Okay, so let me run over here and see what's going on at the theater here. Well, I just type in Caribbean and it comes Caribbean Community Theater, Google search. Okay, fine. So let's see what's going on at the theater. Okay. Now we had the play that goes wrong. That was the last play, and now we have Steel Magnolias coming up this weekend, folks. This weekend and next weekend. Now, let me give you the rundown on how this theater works. They generally have a play on Friday night at 8 and Saturday night at 8. Okay? And when they have matinees, the matinees are on Sunday at 4 in the afternoon. All right? Good thing. So, the 17th and the 18th and the 24th and the 25th, this weekend and the following weekend, 8 p.m. is when the show starts. You should come to the box office 7 o'clock, 7:30. Early is always on time. Because I know they're going to be lining up for Steel Magnolias, okay? It's a play by Robert Harling, and it is directed by Christine Thomas, and it is a renowned play that, for those who have not seen it, many people, new generations and everything else, it is well renowned, and you should make it a point to check it out. All right? Now, that's the next coming weekends. Now, the Sunday matinee, the 19th and the 16th, 4 p.m. Check it out. Now, that's what's coming up this weekend. In June, they're going to have Sarah and Addie, short Caribbean plays by Anton C. Todd. Yep, and it's going to be good. So, mark your calendar this weekend and next weekend for Steel Magnolias. And then in June, they're talking starting around the 12th of June, they're going to have Sarah and Addie. Now, I mentioned earlier the Calico Cat Company for Children, and they have some plays coming up, okay, in May 16th and 17th, and that's 16th, 17th, yeah, okay. And I mentioned that not just because they have a play coming up, but if your child know how to act, you know, like they know how to play innocent, tell me, do it. Tell me, daddy. But mommy, it was so do it. I see them. Yes. Take these traits that might not necessarily be the most desirable and turn it around. So that if you're thinking that God gave you lime or lemons, make some lemonade out of it. Yes, channel them energies to a more positive result. What you say, Gerard?
Yeah, I agree.
You are one of them in the family that know how to act?
No.
You had an actor in your family?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. Can they know either which way they will get that hand, a belt, whatever?
Yeah. You go act the fool we're going at you drunk?
Oh my goodness. You're drunk? No. You got to say it right, Gerard. You're drunk?
That's going at me, son.
Mm-hmm. You're drunk. In the days when you even didn't think about sneaking out and taking a taste or anything with a little alcohol in it, okay?
No, sir.
Much less to be drunk. I just when I hear my people talk, and between the phrases and sometimes the way they say the words they say, it's just kind of almost like heartwarming. Even though sometimes the message is so that you will say, "I'm glad that wasn't directed at me."
Just be like, "Yeah, you think me, you know?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She watch you like, mm-hmm.
Yeah. 10 sleepless nights. You think I forget where you do me last night, yesterday, down the road, whatever. Lord, it be people in Caribbean are masterful at holding grudge, my son. Mm-hmm. He thief my marble when we was small, and then I cast him back.
Yes, yeah, certain body who I beat a couple of times with the truck, and he can't leave me alone every time he see me. Can't leave me alone.
You made an impression. All right. Well, folks, it's about 12 minutes. No, not 12. More like 18 minutes before. I got looking at the wrong hand. Well, a little less than 20 minutes before
19.
the hour. And I'm going to tell you, folks, make sure that you keep up the good work doing your random acts of kindness. Okay? Please. If you're feeling kind of bored out there here on St. Croix, you got plenty of random acts of kindness that you could convert into premeditated ones. FBI and the VI finance ain't coming to look for you about them thing, okay? So do your act of kindness in the process. Now, and Gerard, let me tell you a little experience I had here. I ordered something in the mail, and you know, sometimes when you order, whether it's from Amazon or something like that, sometimes if it's more than one, they source it from different places depending on what's in. Okay. So I went to my mailbox. I was pleasantly surprised. There were 2 bags in there. Okay, the one nice and fat, the other one flat. I'm saying, wait, no, these divorce papers coming by mail now or something. No, but seriously, I'm saying to myself, wait, no, who's sending me some type of correspondence or something? Maybe my brother sending me something. It's just a little flat package. No, it's a second package that's supposed to be the complement to the first one. Okay?
Okay.
But it's empty.
Empty.
Okay? Not only that, Gerard, you know the package, the plastic ones that feel kind of puffy? Okay. It have a plastic adhesive thing that when they put the thing in there, they set the adhesive. And so when you get it, you have to actually rip it open, and they have a perforation where it open. Well, the perforation is there intact. There is no adhesive anything. Apparently, they put the thing in a box and put it to go out in the mail, and the container is open. So whatever was in the container don't come out, fall out wherever.
Oh, Father.
And I just get an empty thing. So I'm going back after them now because it was the Amazon bag, you know, and clearly, based on the evidence, somebody put something in a bag the bag was defective because usually you have that strip you pull off and seal it.
Yeah.
Okay, but there is no strip, there is no seal, there's no sign of any adhesive that was there. It's just open. Yeah. So the thing been in my mailbox, pushing there like the mailman would get it and say, okay, this is for here, and just stick it in the next to the next one. The mailman ain't no different. He just doing his job.
He just your name on it, so you stick it in there. Yeah, I have had I've had that to deal with. I've had that to deal with.
Yeah. So
but I get my money back.
Yeah. They could give me the money, or they could send me the thing that I wanted. You know, it's just fine. And at first when I saw it, I said, wait, no, we got porch pirate down here. You know, because it's just strange. The mailman put this thing in a box. I figured he put it in and he had in something, and somebody come and held this up. But they only do it to one. So I'm saying to myself, no.
Well, I got porch pirate the torrent home.
I hear you, but but in this case, fortunately, that wasn't even the real concern. The real concern here is that it was never in the bag in the first place properly, right, and sealed.
Yeah, that's how the logistics thing they have going on over there. But I would like to. We're coming to the end of our show. It's 1:45. Man, listen, them 2 hours going quick, eh?
Yeah.
So I would like to remind the public that if you or your loved one have considerable hearing and vision loss, remember, the I Can Connect program is for you. The I Can Connect program is also known as the Deaf Blind Equipment Distribution Program, and it is administered here in the USVI by our one and only VIU said Virgin Islands University Center for Excellence in Developmental Disabilities. Give them a call, 340-692-4267 for more information, or visit online icanconnect.org. That's icanconnect.org. Also remember, VIU said also can assist you with your DME problems. If you just got out of the hospital, need a wheelchair, walker, or cane, give them a call as well. We can give you a loan for 30 days or more until your insurance kicks in. You know, you can call 340-692-4267. If you're having problems using your cell phone, your tablet, you know, need to either learn how to use it while being visually impaired, whether it be iOS or Android platform, give us a call as well. We can assist you to learn the accessibility process, the swiping gestures, the double tapping gestures, all that jazz. You can call us at 340-692-4266. Okay, you know, it's always good. And let me mention, all those services are for free. You know, if you have a issue, you need to build a ramp at your house, you need to do some accessibility upgrades, you know, you may need a loan from the bank. VIU said also can assist you with getting a low interest loan to help upgrade your house for, you know, with your accessibility. So give them a call, 340-692-4267, to find out more about that low interest loan. Because, you know, in these times, man, any help you can get, you know, take advantage of it. Doggy.
Yes, sir.
Did you know VIU said can assist you to get a low interest loan to upgrade your home?
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know, if they could come up with that, maybe they could come up with a program to accommodate people who don't run their mouth too much and get them a food.
I have a program for that.
I know, I ain't interested in your program. I ain't interested in your program.
Man.
Use a proper something else, okay? All right.
I got assist.
You just lucky I got a mother who will fly down here and go beat me, okay?
I could assist you with that. I got the remedy.
Okay, speaking of my mom, all 94 plus years of her. Okay, you know, for those of you who are interested, you know, there's a place on Facebook celebrating Pauline Canton. I just really hope that, you know, I get some of them genes to have such longevity. Yes, but as with age, there's certain things that you have to be cautious with, one of which is falls. You want to avoid falling down. Why? Because with age, sometimes bones get more brittle. And so you hear about hip problems more than anything else. And she had a little encounter with a fall, and she had her surgery and her rehabilitation, and is otherwise getting back in the groove of being a walkabout.
That's good.
If she get the chance, okay, and when I go and visit her, I don't make sure I give her plenty of chance. We don't be up and down the place. I make sure she ain't getting a chance to get bored.
That's good. God bless her.
Yes. So she is doing well, okay, and she's a retired nurse. I'm looking forward to when they're gonna finish this new nursing facility here in St. Croix, and maybe she can be here to see that. When it's dedicated. You know, she was here the other day when they had the groundbreaking for the old Charles Harwood facility that's been torn down, and the new facility being built there in named after Donna Christensen. And she just happened to be here, and we're able to attend, and turns out whether it's Dr. Christensen or the Commissioner of Health, these are all people that she worked with at some point in time, and they were more than happy to see her, and we got some nice pictures in and everything else. So if she can be here when UVI is doing what they're doing, there's so much history in nursing. I met a gentleman the other day at when I went down to Deep End with independent living, and we were sharing some information about a nurse. Okay, so he's supposed to get back to me and follow up with him and run him down, not over. Run him down, catch up with him and get on with that. Because there's so much history in nursing that's being lost as we see our elders.
You know, as you say, nurse, not to cut you off. We just lost one of well, he was in his 90s, a male nurse. His name was Mr. James Maynard. His funeral was the other day at this Central Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Wow.
So she must have known him, because both of them was about the same age, in their 90s. He worked at the hospital here.
Okay. If you know of someone who would be willing to let us copy the program,
I don't know.
well, just put the word out there.
I'm gonna try and see if we can get a program. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it just popped into my head.
Right.
As you said, nurse. I remember because he was a member of the MASH group, and I remember when we used to talk. He told me he was a nurse for years here. He had lived up on the hill in hard labor.
Okay, I didn't know that. I know, I've been there and I've seen people mash, but I never knew about that 1 + 1 to do 2. Otherwise, I would have interviewed him right away. But hopefully, there's enough information.
He hasn't been there since Miss McFarlane.
Right.
Time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's something that I'm very much interested in, to the extent that we can document more of it. That would be great, because I sit with my mom and I get my recorder going and everything else, and when she's talking about when she was in charge of preparing the formula and this, that, and the other, and so forth and so on, and the various things, how she got promoted in the process and so forth and so on, and her retirement came along and she took advantage of it, and
Right.
then but as a pediatric nurse, her interest in children was always the driving force, because after that, of course, many people heard of We Care Child Development Center, no? Child Care, DK, We Care Child Development Center, and they ran a powerful program that was an incentive to many others to get into it. When you get into child care and child development, when you're setting up a serious program where these young children are being placed in an environment where they're going to grow and learn and advance at a faster pace, simply because of that attention that they were getting then, it's very intensive. It ain't cheap. We had a lot of organizations that came into being because they thought there was money in it, and just so they came into being, just so they went out of being, because they were in it for the wrong motivation.
Right.
In that context. But We Care Child Development Center, and I was away between school and military for a lot of that, and they went to various trips. They planned various trips. I know that one of them that they did, they went to Disney World, maybe twice, I don't know. But at this stage of my life, I ain't been there once, right? They were having some good times and fun in the process. But
I ain't never been there either, so you're not alone.
oh, okay, good thing. We could commiserate about that.
Yeah, but I want to put the word out there. You always hear me talk about the VI Association for Independent Living. We have a group that meets twice, maybe once, sometimes twice a month, the first and third Wednesday of the month. It's called the MASH Group, Mutual Aid Self-Help. If you're a person with a disability, you're visually impaired, you're in a wheelchair, you walk with a cane, whatever your disability is, This is a group of advocates. We advocate for persons with disabilities. We teach you to advocate for yourself and others. You can call the VI Association for Independent Living at 778-7992. That's 340-778-7992 to become a part of this group. We're looking for members. Over the years, we have lost a lot of members because they have since passed on. So we're looking to regroup and rebuild, get new members in there. So if you want to become you're a person with a disability, you're home, you have nothing to do, you can meet with us first and third Wednesday of the month. Come out and be part of something big, something to make a change on St. Croix. So just give us a call. Give them a call. 340-778-7992.
Right. And I want to add something to that. It may not be necessary, but it might be also. Folks, you have somebody at home with a disability. We counting on you not to see them as anything other than a person,
right?
Who have interests, and that mixing and mingling with other folks during the day, as opposed to being home all day or having it's just one more thing that you could add to them to be involved in if they so choose, and give that more depth and breadth to what they do with their life.
Yeah, it's about quality of life.
That's right.
If you didn't know, you're listening to me on the radio and you didn't know, I'm a person with a disability. I'm a blind person, and if you didn't know, if you saw me in the street, you will never know that I'm a blind person.
Okay. Well, I want to follow up on that.
What?
You listen to me here on the radio, and if you didn't know, I'm a person with a disability. I have a serious disability with running my mouth.
Yeah, well, okay? They don't know that already. They know that already.
Is that so? My reputation precedes me?
Yeah, you're a former politician.
Let me tell you something. My child tell me one time, Daddy, don't stop and talk.
Hey, listen. You are a former politician. There's one thing I know about politicians. When they come in the room, hide the mic. Hide the mic. Otherwise, you're going to be in problems.
Yeah. So anyhow, it's that time.
It is.
In a minute here, the marshal going to be in here.
It is 10 a.m. So we have come full circle another Thursday with Reflections with Doug Canton and Gerard Evelyn. Next Thursday, you're going to have Doggy alone because guess what? It's my birthday. It's my Earth Day.
That's all
so
right.
I'm going to be celebrating, going to lunch with my friends and,
I'm going to get you back or no?
Get me back?
I'm going to get you back. You know what I'm saying? So if I get Boomerang Eats to put together a birthday breakfast here at WSTX, you coming?
No.
Oh, my goodness.
He in the hair anyway. He coming back in June.
That's all right.
I don't talk to him or no.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I just want to explore the possibilities, because we could do something different. We could have our birthday celebration in here too. Okay? Not that you gotta stay the whole show or anything. I just exploring the possibilities. All right. Well, my favorite person is here. Okay.
Yeah, the marshal coming to kick us out. So like I said, we come full circle.
That's why I sweeten her up. It's our favorite person, because she'll put us out gently.
We come full circle. Another reflection has ended for today, and we'll be back. Well, Doug will be back next week, the 23rd. Same time, same place, different topics. Right. And I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Good thing.
Until then, peace out.
All right.
AM 970 WSTX and more continuous music variety.
April 17th and 18th, Arch Institute youth leaders will have 2 fundraisers to help support their sharing and learning excursion to India.
On Friday evening, starting at 6 p.m., it's game night and karaoke. Come out with your entire family. It's a $5 donation fee.
On Saturday, we will have a food sale. Roast pork, chicken, fish, and a vegan menu containing all the usual trimmings. Donation of $18 per plate. We will be looking for you on April 17th and 18th at 22D Estate La Grande Princess in the yard at A Plus Signs, straight across from Titan's gas station. See you there!
Virgin Islands, get ready. The Ancient I Fine Order of Nyabingi presents on May 24th, 2026, the first annual Rastafari Idol Food and Cultural Festival with live performances by Cheroni, Sister Ima, Excalibur, Splaija the Ancient Warrior, Ras Badge, and Ras Attitude. Even plenty more VI stars. Music provided by Akibeka International Sound Station, CC Flavor of Alkibble and Empress Sound, Ninja P, and Mad Lion. Also, live workshop and fashion show. Produce, craft, and food vendors are welcome. General admission $5. Children 12 and under gets in free from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. All taking place at the Agricultural Fairground, St. Croix, USVI. Interested vendors call 340-423-7113. It's a can't miss event. It's a